that I may see your future.
Hey everybody, Mungo Darkmatter here, and welcome to Solstice Day 1. And today is the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. And a little bit strange weather today. I was out earlier, and it was very rainy and very gray. And then it got warm, it got bright. Actually, it was warm earlier when it was gray, but it got even warmer, I think, and it got bright, and well, it's getting bright again. So I went out because I thought, oh, okay, well now it's bright out finally in the afternoon, and what am I gonna do about this? Got a shadow there. I have like a shade. Shade. Oh, maybe I can shade myself with this. There we go. It got bright, and I went outside, and then the clouds came back really quick, as fast as I've ever seen. It started raining for a while, and now it's still raining, but now the sun's coming back out again. Kind of interesting weather. Probably not the best place to sit to film this. There we go. Sun gets on my face. Does it look right? All right, there we go. All right, you know what? I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move this car because first off, this ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Because the sun is just unbelievable. It was like totally gray minutes ago and raining, coming down really high. It's still raining. But man, the sun is a problem if you're shooting photographs or film. You need it, but if you don't have it, it's a problem. But if you have it in the wrong direction, shining in the wrong way, it can be a problem too. Is that gonna work? I don't think that's gonna work either. Let's move over here. There's gotta be a place. It's like wherever I point the camera, it's not working for me. You know what I'm gonna do? People are gonna hate this, but you know what? I don't really care, because I gotta film this thing. So I'm gonna sit right here. Sit right here, man. Turn the wipers off. All right, so been kind of busy. Whoa, that's not right. Whoa, there. Yeah, that's still not right. All right, there we go. Much better. So anyway, it's the solstice. It's the first day of my life vlogs. Oh, there's a rainbow. Hold on a second. I don't know if you can see this. And turn this around. Hopefully you can see that, right? I don't know. I can't turn the. Let me turn it. So that was a rainbow. Stretches from one side of the sky to the other. Actually, you can see the full thing. A lot of times you can only see parts of it when it's kind of cloudy and rainy. It has to be just the right conditions for it to kind of arc from one horizon to the next, or at least where you can see it all. And I can pretty much see it all. Actually, well, I can see it all pretty well, at least the two end sides. The middle is a little cloudy around there, but it's a beautiful rainbow. At any rate, yesterday I got a package. Actually, kind of has to do with the rain, and it was this. This is a Nikonos V, which is an underwater camera. And you're probably asking yourself, well, why would I buy an underwater camera? I've always thought these were cool, for one thing. For another thing, I realized I'm doing a project or some projects where I'm shooting black and white film, with old film cameras, obviously. And then I get the film processed and digitized. And so I have the kind of look and feel and advantages of old film cameras, but it's digitized, it's kind of brought into a modern media, if you will. And so it's like kind of a cross between the mediums. So that's what I'm kind of experimenting with now. I used to shoot a lot of black and white film and develop it and print it myself. And that was a long time ago. I got into digital photography. But now I'm kind of getting back into the analog stuff, if you know what I mean. So I've been out and testing some of my old cameras. I got a couple of new cameras. And it's been raining a lot. And I'm like thinking, it's probably not really good for a film camera to be out in the rain. They're water resistant. It's not like a little water gets on them that's going to hurt them. But, you know, I'm spending all this time trying to cover up the camera while it's raining and then taking it out. I'm getting all wet, but the camera's doing fine. And I thought, you know what? The perfect camera for this type of photography would be an underwater camera. I don't have to worry about if it gets wet because it's waterproof, right? So I got this, the Nikonos V. It came in the mail yesterday. Now this is in like mint condition. This is just a great deal. And I got it off of eBay. And I'll tell you how I decided to buy this particular Nikonos V off of eBay. I was looking around. This was from an estate sale, which often is a pretty good deal. And it was only about $120. And some of these in really good condition, which this is really good condition, will go up like $300-400. And so I looked at it, and if you look, let me just turn this here like this, you'll see these little labels. They're gold labels. They say past. Now they're kind of worn off from age, but they're still on the camera. Now if you're using this underwater, those are not going to stay on the camera. And a lot of them that's been used underwater are dirty and gritty and got salt and sand and all sorts of stuff over them if they weren't, you know, maintained properly and cleaned properly. But this may have been used maybe not underwater, but it certainly was not used underwater as far as I can tell. Now these gold labels are worn a little bit, but they're still on there. So I looked at the picture and I saw that, and you know, like usually you're looking for marks and dents and stuff, and there's actually none on here that I can see. But I looked in the pictures and I saw that, and I said, oh man, it's from an estate sale. It was a guy who was a photographer, and he actually collected cameras too, I believe. And he may never actually have gotten to use this underwater. Maybe he intended to, or maybe he was just collecting it. I don't know. But this camera is like almost new out of the box, basically. It's even got the strap on it. So, really good deal. And I'll be able to use this, as I said, outside if I'm going around in various parks and taking pictures and it starts raining, or if I'm taking pictures in the rain. The other thing is I plan to take a lot of night pictures too, because I'm interested in night photography. And one of the best times to do night photography is when it's raining. And the reason is because the pavement gets wet and it reflects light. Without the pavement being wet in a lot of pictures, you end up with the picture being very dark, and there's this, you know, not enough light there. In other words, if you take a picture at night and you're just taking a picture of the street, depending on how the light is shining on it, without something reflective on the surface, it's a much darker picture, and there may be areas that are just totally black or near totally black. But with the water on the surface, the water reflects light if there's light around, like light from buildings and such. It also will reflect off of other things that's sitting there, but primarily it's the pavement, the ground, so you don't get a lot of just black in the foreground. And where the ground is, you get reflections, and the reflections are very interesting, and they can be very beautiful too as well. So that's a little night photography trick that some night photographers use. Is if it's raining you actually get reflections off of the ground and other things because they're wet. And the first person to really kind of discover that or think about that was a photographer named Alfred Stieglitz, who was a very famous photographer, and he took a bunch of night pictures. And one reason he took them is because people said, well, you know, there's not enough light at night, because this was way back at the turn of the century, or turn of last century even, so like the beginning of the 1900s to the 1930s that he was taking these. And so he went out, he figured out, hey, if it's raining, then the picture's going to look better because the pavement's going to reflect it. And he was taking night pictures in New York City, so that's one way he got to do it. Now the films are more sensitive, of course, and also there's a lot of lights out, particularly in the cities, you know, just street lights and stuff, so things are lit up a little more in certain places at night. But nonetheless, the rain trick always works. You've got reflections off the pavement. I'm Mungo Darkmatter, and this has been Darkmatters. Whatever you do, enjoy the day.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.